morning. It is about 7 a.m. We're getting ready for the regional at the Jack 60 in Jackson, Michigan, which is actually kind of cool because my boy's name is Jackson and he's here with me. So Jackson is in Jackson. We were in practice session yesterday and it was different. 36-foot Viper. We were looking at flatter pattern in the middle, trying to use a little bit of urethane to the right. A lot of people are going to use urethane. It's a pattern with a number 3 in the front, so it's going to happen. So we're going to try and start with urethane, flatten or blend it out a little bit, and then as it pushes down, you can stand left and throw it to the right. So we're going to try and see if we can put a number up today. Bowl a little bit better this week than we did last week, because last week did not go very well. So we're going to try and do a little bit better here, see if we can't make a run at this Player of the Year, get another title. Another title will make it much more likely to happen. But we are in a points lead, so we got a stretch to go with 2 more events to go after this. But we'll see what exactly happens. But let's go bowl. Let's take care.
Well, that didn't go as planned, but it didn't go awful. Could have been a lot worse. I started out with 169 my first game. And the funny thing is in practice, I actually, I struck a lot on every pair except for that pair. I went down and practiced on it. I saw Dombrowski down there and he's like, hey, this is where we're bowling tomorrow. This is where we start. And I'm like, oh, we crossed together. He's like, yep, we start right here. I'm like, okay. So I threw some shots there and it was funky. My ball was doing some weird things. And sure enough, it did the same thing in Pracker in the next day. So, or today, I guess it would be. So, I thought I threw it pretty good for the most part. Bowled 169 to start, and then I was between. Okay, we're gonna try it. I bowled 220, 210, and then I bowled a couple of 250s, and I bowled a couple of good games. I ended up getting 154 over, finished with 189, but you know, it got to the point where it was move way left and throw it to the right, and I probably needed to use reactive at that point, but because I used Purple Hammer the whole time, but I didn't want to risk using or switching to a reactive ball and bowling 150 or something. And it's a good thing I didn't, because I ended up qualifying 7th at 154 over. It took 144 over, but then there was a drop off. So I was in by about 40 pins or so, but still, or 20 pins, I don't know. I was in. So I had to bowl Chandler Stevens the first round, and this kid throws it good, like 20 miles an hour, 650 RPM, like throws it really good. And I don't know if it had to have just been the pair, because we couldn't, neither one of us could find a way to get to the pocket consistently. I went open in the 8th or the 9th and 10th frame of the first game to bowl 191. I threw a couple of really good shots there for a 5-bagger in the middle, but then my ball I had one duck hook on me on the right lane, and then and then on the left lane I 2-4-8-10 in the 10th. Or no, I 2-8 in the 10th. And I'm like, whoa, I just duck hooked. What happened there? And then I missed the 2-8. I took the 2 off of it. So it gave him a chance to double. He didn't double. So I ended up winning 191 to 187 the first game. Best of 3 match. And the next match, we couldn't strike at all. I ended up winning that game 169 to 161. So it was brutal, like absolutely brutal. trying to find a way to get to the ball of the pocket in that game. And then we go to the next pair. In the round of 4, I got to bowl little Zach Tackett, and I get another kid that throws it great. And he's hooking resin. I'm playing straight with urethane, and this time I'm like, all right, I'm not going to hook the urethane. I'm going to go straighter. And I'm going straighter, up like probably 5-6, and looks pretty good. I got 270 going through about 6 frames. I got strike up, and I get up on that right lane and stone an absolute heart-crushing 8-pin in between some strikes, and then I go up and throw another double. Could have doubled in the 10th to force him to double in the 10th, and I just went and threw one awful in the 10th and split 2-8-10. So I shoot 2-teen, he doubles for 230. That stone 8 really was the turning point. That was the spot where I was just like, oh, it kicked me right in the gut, because that put so much pressure on him to try to catch up. And it just, I don't know, took the wind right out of my sails. The next game, I just couldn't get anything going. I stone 8 again on another strike. The second game, and it didn't matter. He had the front 9 or something for 270. So he ran me over. So him and Mikey Schleball are bowling for the title right now. I think Mikey was up 1-0. He bowled 220 to his 2-0 to Zach's 2-0. So we'll see what happens here. But if Mikey wins, he can get around me in the points for sure. So I'm in trouble as far as that goes. But I secured my spot in the RPI. Had a pretty good weekend. Made a little bit of money. Can't really complain too much. Threw the ball pretty good. Not a bad weekend overall. So that is what it is for the weekend on Viper. Didn't take any footage this week other than, a few shots here that you can see. But, it's okay. I'll start posting some of the other regional footage and all that. So I'm out of here. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. We go to somewhere in Illinois for another regional. So we'll see you guys later.